If the expedition succeeds, if the exit... Wow. Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about board games and board gaming things. I'm back again today with another pumped up Kickstarter. And today's preview video is on Goats and Goblins from BA Games, who very kindly sponsored today's video. Now, as per usual with my preview videos, this is not an official how to play. It's a general overview to help you decide whether or not Goats and Goblins is a good fit for you. This is also a prototype, so everything that you see is subject to change, including even the rules, all of that good stuff. And I will have all the links. Everything you need to know is going to be in the description below in case this game catches your eye and you're like, I gotta have it. Well, don't worry. You just click a link in the description and then you take you right to where you can get it. That's gonna be great. So without further ado, I say we dive in and learn a little bit more about Goats and Goblins. All right, you sneaky goblins, it's time to grab your torches, round up some goats, and dive into a dangerously collapsing cave in Goats and Goblins. In this push your luck card game, you'll lead daring expeditions into the depths in search of gold, treasure, and yes, your very own confused goats. But only the greediest goblin walks away with the most loot. Let's dig into how it all works. Goats and Goblins is a push your luck card game for 3 to 6 players where you take turns being the cave leader, drawing deeper into the cave to collect loot, but risking a cave in at any moment. Each round, you'll decide how deep you want to explore. You'll invite other goblins to join or stay behind, and use your action cards to help your chances or totally sabotage someone else. It's fast, chaotic, and full of laugh out loud moments, especially when you dig one card too deep. All right, let's start with a little bit of setup. This is the game setup. Each player is going to get 3 starting action cards. We get a push 2, which is this card right here. Everyone's going to get a seeing stone and a vote card. And on one side it says in, and on the other side it says out. All of these are going to remain face up in front of you because there are no secrets here. Whoever is chosen as the cave leader, and you can choose as however, maybe the last person who saw a goat, whoever talks the loudest, whoever bullies the other goblins the hardest, I don't know, you choose. Whoever you decide is going to go first is also going to get the cave leader card. Okay, the cave leader will then create the deck. Now to create the deck, we're going to pull out 4 gold and 4 cave-in cards. This is a cave-in card. This is a gold card. You're going to pull out 4 of each. Then, so you'll have 8 cards. Then you're going to shuffle those up, choose 4, and put those 4 back in the box, taking the remaining and shuffling them into the deck with all of the other cards. Then you'll place the deck in the center of the table, and now we're ready to delve. All right, let's talk about turn structure first. Each round is made up of 3 phases. We have the voting phase, the exploration phase, and the treasure phase, starting with the voting phase. Now in the voting phase, the cave leader will declare how many cards they plan to draw from the cave deck. Minimum of 3, but no more than what's left. So if there's only 2 cards left, you can't say 3 because, well, you just can't. There's nowhere else to go. You can't do that. All other players will secretly then vote in to join the expedition or out to stay behind using their vote card. The cave leader is always in, all right? They're always in. At the same time, all players will then reveal their votes. So I'm the cave leader, I'm in. Let's just say they're in and they decided they're out. By the way, very clearly, I am set up for a 3-player game. Okay, so in and out. Players now have the option to play action cards. So we start with a few action cards, as we mentioned earlier. We have the Seeing Stone and Push 2. There are a bunch of other action cards that are all throughout this deck that you're going to get, and we'll talk about how that happens later. So players can now play their action cards. You can play push cards to force a deeper draw. There's warding stones to cancel pushes, or seeing stones to peek at the next card. And I should mention that players can play those action cards at any time during this phase, all right? Then we're going to go into the exploration phase. The cave leader will draw cards from the cave deck face up one at a time until they've reached the declared number or the total cave-in value is 3 or more, triggering a cave collapse. At any time during the draw, players can still play action cards to affect the result. Resolve from the newest to oldest with interruptions allowed. So let's do a little example here of the exploration phase. Let's just say, as the cave leader, I had said 5. Ooh, spicy. I'm a spicy goblin. All right. So we're going to reveal cards one at a time until I either hit 5 or the cave collapses. 1, ooh, treasure. 2, ooh, big treasure. 3, we have a goblin. 4, and 5. That's a lot of treasure. That's pretty good. That guy is not happy that they did not join. Now keep in mind, this could be a good time as we were drawing these cards for the person that was out to maybe play a push 2 card as an example. So push 2 will force a player to draw 2 more cards. So if I had already pulled out, let's just say I had pulled out a cave-in card and I still had 2 more cards to pull or 1 more card, they might want me to keep going to potentially force me to cave in. That's how we're getting a little goblin-y, okay? Next up will be the treasure phase. So now we're going to see who profits or who eats dirt. This guy's eating dirt. Dirt eater. If the expedition succeeds, which means there's less than 3 cave-in cards that pop up, then the cave-in cards will be discarded. We haven't pulled any. The cave leader will then divide the drawn loot number, not value, among themselves and all of the in voters as evenly as possible. But if the expedition fails, once again, that's 3 or more cave-in points, the cave-in cards are discarded, the remaining loot is shuffled face down and divided among all the out voters. Then we're going to pass the cave leader card to the left and a new round will begin. So the value of these cards is obviously up at the top here. So this is worth 4, 2, 5, 3, and this can either be 2 or 3, depending on this goblin card. Okay, so remember, it's not value. So as the cave leader, I might want to take this one for me and this one for me and maybe this one for me and give these 2 to the other player. Now, a reason why you might want to give somebody else something good is you could do a little bartering to be like, hey, I'll give you the goblin card if the next time that I'm in and you're in at the same time, maybe you throw me a bone. You could do that if you want. There's no reason not to. Let's talk about action cards. Action cards are where things get kind of wild. At any time except while resolving a card, players can, number 1, push the leader to draw more cards. So we do have push 2, which you've seen, and I've pulled some of these out. There's also a push 3 and even push 5. That would be really spicy. The push 5 is very spicy. So the warding stone is another example. This allows you to cancel the effect of 1 card when played except a cave-in. Okay, so that's what the warding stone allows you to do. We also have the seeing stone, which everybody starts with, and this allows you to look at the next card, leave it on top, or remove it from the game, which would be this card here. And let's just look at a few others. We have flip all votes, which allows you to literally flip all votes except for the cave leader, because the cave leader always needs to be in. We have the herding crook, take a goat or goblin from the treasure pile. We have flip a vote, so you could flip 1 vote, once again, except for the cave leader. And then look at these, we got some goats. So cute. Goat is worth 3 if you have an odd number of goats. Okay, otherwise they're going to be worth 2. Goblins, on the other hand, are worth 3 if you have an even number of goblins, otherwise they're worth 2. And then finally we have Gruff the Goat. Destroy a cave-in card. Ooh, Gruff. Nice. When multiple cards are played, they resolve from newest to oldest, but players can keep interrupting with more cards before anything is final. And here's just a little pro tip. Keep a warding stone handy to shut down risky moves or to lean into the chaos with some aggressive pushes. The game is going to end when the cave deck has fewer than 3 cards left, and at the end, everyone will count up the gold value on all of the cards they've collected, goats, goblins, and treasure. The highest gold wins. Ties will go to the player with the most goats. If you're still tied, it will go to the most goblins. If you're still tied, it will go to the fewest total cards. And if you're still tied, for the love of God, just share the victory already and gloat about it forever. And yes, Gruff the Goat counts as a goat. Now, though this game is meant for 3 to 6 players, there is a 2-player and variant rules. So if you'd like to play at 2 players or a streamlined 3-player game, what you're going to do is remove all vote-related action cards, and you'll skip the vote phase. Cave Leader will just draw until they stop or bust. And if the cave collapses, all drawn cards are just lost, so no sharing. You'll keep going until the cave deck is gone. So if you're a 2-player primary household, you could still play this. If you can't find another friend to play with, you can still do it. Now your question might be, who is this game for? Goats and Goblins is perfect for fans of push your luck games, people who enjoy interactive card play and funny chaos, and anyone who likes yelling things like, push 3 more, while someone visibly sweats. It's quick, it's chaotic, it's great for game night or parties, and it plays great at all of its player counts, even 2, because you're still playing a push your luck game. So if Goats and Goblins sounds like it might be a good fit for you, once again, links and everything you need to know will be in the description of this video. Now, if you're interested in buying board games, remember this one we're going to Kickstarter, but other games that are currently out, like BA Games' other games, as an example, Forges of Ravenshire, which we covered on the channel a while ago, go check that out. You should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store, and for us, that's the Boardroom Game Cafe. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. I hope to see you again soon, and now I say goodbye. Goodbye! I hope you find lots of goats and goblins. Some of the spicy stuff was so spicy. Oh, a goat. I love goats. They're so cute. Look at these goats. Adorable. I love. That one's a toy. Perfect. Perfection.